This Chevelle is bright and bold, just like the Audrain Museum Network. Become a subscriber and get even more power out of your viewing. When looking at an American collector car, there's something called Day 2, and it's very important. It's the modifications that an owner may have made very shortly after he or she acquired the car. And when restoring a car, you don't know whether you want to restore to stock as left the factory or the way the car has lived its life. This Chevelle demonstrates some of that, first and foremost, in those wonderful Krager SS wheels, which were not stock, but lend such a great look to the car, and some accessory gauges inside so that people really knew what was going on while you were driving this car. So it's really interesting to look at that and try and figure out what part of that has been with the car for the longest time and what you want to preserve to keep the car's integrity. In 1971, the American muscle car enthusiast could not have imagined that just a few years later, the dream of ever-escalating horsepower in these intermediate cars would come to a very ignominious end with insurance problems, the emissions requirements coming on board, and just the general lack of enthusiasm on the part of manufacturers to actually deliver real power to their customers. And this 1971 Chevelle SS 454 is one of those cars that, like the summer of 1939 or 1914, could not see what was coming in the future. And it's very interesting because I came of age at the time of these cars, and what I thought of them was very different than the way we think of them today. They were cars, and they were cars that you didn't think about driving characteristics as much as the horsepower ratings, the sound it made, the style impression it made. And for that, these Chevelles fulfilled all of the requirements. This is a second generation Chevelle, and I like the styling, especially of the roof of the years immediately preceding this, that didn't have this sort of formal roof line that Chevrolet gave this. You know, not everything had to be a Caprice, but nonetheless, it's again so funny to reflect on the fact that this is the intermediate size Chevrolet. It seems like such a huge car at this moment, but what this car is designed to do is to put down power in a straight line in a really aggressive way, and it fulfilled that mandate. The SS designation at this point did not designate the engine. You could have almost any of the engines available at this time in the SS trim. And of course the ultimate was the 454 365 with the 4-speed gearbox. It's funny, in this car it has plenty of power, but the interesting thing is that the most noticeable aspect of it is this incredible gear whine, probably because it's a cold day, but the gear whine is sort of this high descant to the low rumble of the engine. An owner of this car, obviously, as one often does, in some point in the past, modified this car to add auxiliary gauges because Chevrolet didn't provide you much information about what was going on under the hood. So we've got accessory ammeter and water temperature and oil pressure gauges, which are useful. You don't want to have a car with this kind of performance capability and put your foot in it and find out that you're overheating or your oil pressure's gone. So it's definitely a car for driving, pure driving, and as fast as you can, ideally. A country road carver, not at all, but it's not shameful, but this is not really the element this car wants. It wants to just scream ahead in a straight line, have you bang that shifter as fast as you can, and just make everything happen as quickly as possible. That's what this Chevelle is all about.